place tonight. Show's about to start, guys. Everybody get to your seats. Bronsolino's coming to the stage. You about to know what they all talking about. Step in the door, Bronsolini, the mayor, the cushion player, 80s pussy tushy slayer. I'm a star and I'm a prove it.
Solo me. I can't remember what other effects I've got. What other effects have I got? Hey, back. You're back to WessinTheWorld. You're back. Hi guys, it's WessinTheWorld. I'm Wes and I'm currently in your world. And thank you very much for joining me again. And all my subscribers, we have just overtook 100 subscribers. Yeah. Streamers. Balloons. Balloons. Oh man, these are so terrible. These effects. I love them though. Because if you know anything about this channel, you know that it's bare bones. You know, we talk a lot of shop, but we chill, you know? I'm not even wearing clothes, dude. Not because I'm an exhibitionist, it's because I don't believe that any of this should play a role in what's going on in my mind right now. It should never. It only becomes a factor when people like compliment you or make fun of you. And you're like, oh, don't make fun of my skin. Don't make fun of my bone structure. Oh yeah, so anyway, so I'm selling. Look, what I'm selling. You bite the fry bites back, my man. Man, damn. Yeah, so these Pokemon cards. These Pokemon cards were bought a very long time ago. I found them in a basically a ripped container. And then I pulled out this folder, which is full of ridiculously rare Pokemon from my apparently really good deck at the time. But yeah, this isn't about Pokemon. So don't worry, I'm not just going to talk about Pokemon the whole time. But I just wanted to let you know, obviously, that you can go into your, into your basement, into your loft and find gold. Start selling this stuff on the internet and you're going to have absolute cash money. I've even just started an OnlyFans page now because the gays love me. And I love the gays. I'm not gay, but I still love the gays. And they want to see me naked, and I'm incredibly liberal. I don't really, because I don't identify with my physical frame or form, so I don't really mind selling images of that. I don't think that takes any great deal of myself away from myself, other than people can enjoy them, like entertainment, like any form of entertainment. Like you watch movies, there's naked people in it. You watch any, you go anywhere, you open up a newspaper, the oldest form of communication. There is a woman on the second page exposing her chesticles. Yeah, I know. I've seen it. We've all seen it. They said that the page 3 was over because there was an uproar that page 3 was like objectionary to women, and it's back. Did anyone notice? No? No one noticed. I noticed. It's fucking crazy, dude. But yeah, OnlyFans for men, get on it. If people have told you got a sexy body and they want to see that body naked, that would be nice. You just, with your legs crossed, having a cup of tea, naked, that kind of shit. They love it. But yeah, this isn't about that anyway. This is actually about meditation. So I talk a lot about meditation and what it gives me and what it can offer the world if the world was to shift its focus a little bit. Now, at the moment, the world's focus is still heavily on material, getting that next car, getting that bigger house, still very transfixed on this desperate need for approval. Approval from people on your level, or maybe you want to be above the people on your level so you can hold lordship over them. You could be the IM bank. It's very tempting. I've had times where I've had money and I've been able to lend out to my friends, and being the IM bank is very nice. It doesn't land you with any extra money though. You have to be honest with yourself with this. So I was saying to my friend Chloe, Chloe, I love you. You're amazing. You're an incredible person. She has 2 horses as well, and I think the last video that I made was an inspiration for hanging out at Chloe's ranch, the hanging out at her stables, and yeah, just being inspired by her relationship with her horses and just how the master and the servant can understand each other's worlds and work together to benefit the kingdom. And if the kingdom is run entirely by wolves, you'll end up with nothing but chaos. And if the kingdom is run entirely by shepherds, well, I think we'll be better off. But there's still wolves, and we're living with them, you know. And we've got to resolve that we're living with these people that are out of their age. They believe in the old Darwinian, only the strongest survive, and that is the motive. That's their belief system, and then it also becomes their motive. Very strange. I wonder what came first, chicken or the egg? No, I definitely think that the animal is trying to protect itself by scrambling for material right now, and that's a very, very, very obvious fact. You see, like Black Friday, you see Trump. He's a very, very obvious expression of the material plane. How he, lords the things that he has over others to try and gain street cred or kudos or clout in a world full of material beings thinking materially. And we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. I know it, you're living. Yo, I started doing a cover of that. I'm getting off on doing covers of female songs. Loving it, absolutely loving it. So yeah, I was saying to my friend Chloe about meditation that the Western people just need to shift their focus. People in the West, people in the East have seemed to have gotten it all together to the point where they seem to be sacrificing themselves for their collective good, which I don't agree with. But you could also have the other extreme where everyone's an individual, everyone's a cool shit in the window of MTV these days. Everyone's unique and funny. It's not true. We're all just the same. We just choose to accentuate certain areas, and then we train ourselves to be good at those specific areas. And then we dominate in those specific areas, learning nothing about balance, I might say. This is the old adage, if you don't do drugs, you're not healthier. You're just cleaner, pretty much. I talk in terms of like smoking weed. Some people are so against it, very against it. Killed my family. Weed ran in and stabbed my whole family. Bag of weed. So funny. I mean, it's really the non-regulatory processes of obtaining these materials leads to crime, because there's people that are selling it to you are also being chased by the police. So it actually has them not sleeping and has them very aggressive, and we've all had those aggressive dealers in the past. But I've got one that says he loves me quite regularly. It's quite weird. I love it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it, because I know it's a mad reach for him. It's very, yo, yeah. So, yeah. So, when are you going to be here, Blin? When are you going to be here? He's very aggressive. I was like, yeah, man, I'm just going to be here just, 10 minutes. Just give me 10 minutes. He's like, yeah, I'm rushing. I'm like, honestly, I'm rushing as well, as fast as I can. So, don't worry. But I know that that's the only way he knows how to speak. He only knows how to speak in assertive, dominant lexicon. Let me just throw another word out there because I can't think of the other words. I'll think of the more extravagant word. He uses a very dominant lexicon. His vocabulary is very strong, and it can come across as quite aggressive to people that are very meek. But yeah, so, what am I thinking of? What is Wes thinking of? So we desperately have to shift our focus to where? Now, Eastern philosophy. Now, I'm not taking Eastern politics or Eastern ecology or any of those esoteric principles that I'm sure are very, very important in the world of humans. But what I'm saying is the fundamental philosophy of Taoism and or Buddhism and or Hinduism, if you want to, get that deep with it, is that it's all about, at the moment, desperately swimming against the current. And I'll use a metaphor. So people are desperately swimming against the current because they feel like destruction is very imminent. So they're grabbing at material and hoarding it in their houses and putting big locks on the doors. Focus needs to be shifted. It's all about desperately trying to swim against the current. We all need to realize that we aren't in water, guys. We just need to realize that we're not in water. We're not desperately trying to stay above the surface. Just trying to stay above. I can't float into the red. Because and it's causing us a great amount of stress. But at night, we do a strange thing. We close our eyes. We let go. If we're lucky. If we don't, we stay awake. But if we do let go, and we think for a moment that none of that madness, craziness, is connected to us in any way, we start taking that example. We realize that you can't keep up with the stream if you're asleep. So we need to sink to the bottom in our day and stay awake during that period. You know what that's called? That's right, guys. That's right. I know. Kind of goes against what I want to say. Actually, laser. I don't know. I just really like those effects. We realize that we can sink to the bottom of the stream whilst awake with meditation and sit in quiet alertness, quiet presence. Now, if there's a lot of thoughts going on in your mind, those can be removed or pushed to the background using a very simple technique known as transcendental meditation, where you repeat two words. I use the words oh so, just because it's just two sounds that I quite like the sound of in my mind, and it's very prominent in my mind, and when my mind's quite cloudy, I can cling to it. If you cling to these two words, you will sink to the bottom of the stream, start to realize that you're not floating in water. You're actually floating in thoughts. And if you sink deep enough into the river of thoughts, realizing that you can still breathe, you can hit the bottom, and you can realize that only the surface of the water was chaotic. Rewind. Only the surface of the water was chaotic. The ocean, the river bed, it's very calm. It's very peaceful. And that's where we want to get to. So that when we come to the top, we're no longer beaten by the waves. We're now studying the waves. We're now floating with the waves. We're more excited to be in the waves. It's like, if you live a boring life and then you go white river rafting. I can't even say that. White river rafting. You're going to have an exciting time. But if you're white river rafting all the time, you're going to get stressed out, dude. Unless that's your job and you teach other people to do it, and you have some sort of like really nice mechanic where you're teaching kids to battle their fears, and that's got a whole skill trees to it. But what I'm saying is, taking it back to the metaphor of sitting below that stream, realizing that the most of the water in this stream is actually calm. It's only the surface that is crazy and going and smashing rocks and finding new ways around, being very dynamic. But you can't appreciate the wave until you sit back from it and you watch it and you study it from a position of calm awareness, beautiful awareness, And from this perspective, you can even notice, you know, the glisten of the sunlight hitting the water, little plants, little bugs. You can enjoy it all from the position of an awareness. Now, I hope that I've explained meditation, and I will continue to explain meditation in different terms, in different ways, because everyone, whether it be small or large, whether it be young or old, whether it be white or black, and everything in between, everyone deserves to feel like the things that happen to them in life, they are not to identify with. Don't identify with your trauma. Don't identify with your identity. I mean, you can use it. It's one of the things in your. You never lose that. You've been riding that bike for a long time. If you get off it, you're still going to be able to ride that bike. But what I'm saying is that if you're riding a bike every single day, you're going to be stressed because you don't have balance if you stop. God, I am Mr. Metaphor today. But yeah, so yeah, love yourself. And love yourself enough to not give yourself too much of a hard time when you find it difficult to meditate. But do keep coming back, because please, we're all here. And we're all having a great time, even when shit's happening to me. Even when shit's happening to us. But everyone has shit. But what's that Kendrick Lamar line now? Shit don't change until you get up and wipe your ass, nigga. It's a pretty gross line, but you know, I like it. I like the sentiment. Everyone's got shit. And everyone shits. So if you're ever worried about talking to that girl, talking to that guy, just know that they do shits just like you. Thank you very much for joining me. I've been Wes. You've been beautiful. And we've been in this world together. All we have is each other. So don't stress. Stay blessed. You never know what's next. And it's beautiful. If you visit the riverbed every now and then, it stays beautiful. It's not scary. You still watching? No, don't watch me. Don't watch me. Go meditate. Go meditate. Ah, love the freedom that this medium gives me.